Nobody's bigger than the group.
I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me.
They coming to see the Temptations.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Dreams that weren't just dreams.
Saw this shit right here in the theater, this fucking clip of what he's about to do, I was like, this shit is fucking crazy. I was in awe. Look at this shit. Bow. Stands up. The fucking automatic Glock. Turns around. Whew.
I chose my path, you chose the way of the hero. And they found you amusing for a while, the people of this city. But the one thing they love more than a hero is to see a hero fail, fall, die.
Poor Peter Parker. No mother. No father. No uncle. All alone. No! We won't let you destroy this world.
Listening to Frankie J, watching my comics. L to the P, breaking down my comics. With Midnight Assassin and David Wesley. My comics gets down if you won't come test me. My comics.
What is going on with my system, man?
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to My Comics. I'm your host, Dave. I'm just joking. These are always awesome. I don't care what no one says, they're always awesome.
Yo, since Dave stole my intro,
I didn't steal it, it was given to me. Everybody saw it.
Whatever. Welcome back, fellow knowledge seekers. It's My Comics busting through your speakers. I am Frankie J, and this is where we discuss these things called Comics Night and Day. Thank you, babe. I'm back with the co-host, Dave Wesley, whose arch enemy is Dave East. Welcome back, Dave. How was your Christmas, man?
Man, I'll be honest, I'm not normally a Christmas guy, man, but this Christmas was different. Like, I really enjoyed the Christmas spirit this year. I don't know what it was about this year, but I kind of made it more of a concerted effort to really enjoy the Christmas spirit, man. So yeah, it was great. I had a great Christmas.
Good. I had a excellent Christmas myself. Had a lot of Christmas drink. I watched a couple movies that we gonna talk about here. Yeah. Which y'all seen in the opening. Which let's go ahead and lead into the segue that I like to call weekly intelligence.
About to rack up a body count like my name was Wolverine, blasting concussive force my Cyclops.
Now, of course, two movies came out this weekend, man. I mean, this past week. One was The Matrix Resurrections, and the other one was Spider-Man No Way Home. You know, we black, so we got to go with the negative before we go with the positive. And The Matrix, from what I'm seeing online, it didn't get good reviews, man, and I'm sad.
I mean, listen, dog. I'll say this: people that didn't like The Matrix, the new one, did you like the first movie? That's the question that I have to ask, because if you watch the first movie, then you should have loved this one that came out. You know what I mean? It was the evolution. It wasn't supposed to be a remake of The Matrix. It was the evolution of the next stage of The Matrix, where it went next. And people were talking about it was too woke. Bruh, the whole story is about people waking up.
Waking up and reawakening some of you mugs. Some of you mugs watched the first Matrix and the second and third, and you went back to sleep.
For real. And went straight back to sleep. And some of y'all need to be woke back up again. And that's just what it is, man. And I think I think it was Lana Wachowski that did this. Hey, shout out to her, man, for a good movie. I liked it. I actually liked it. It bombed because I think they had unreal expectations. You have to realize that when Matrix came out, it was way ahead of its time. It was doing things that movies weren't doing. Bullet time wasn't a thing, really. You know what I'm saying? You had like John Woo, where he did the slow-mo turning and stuff, but the bullet time wasn't a real thing. Like, they put that on the map. They made it big. So that was all ahead of its time. And it was so far ahead of its time that now when it's in its time, y'all think it's trash. That just don't make no sense to me.
Like, listen, I heard Muggs bashing, oh, it's too woke. Trinity able to fly before Neo was. I'm like, oh, you let the woman fly first. What?
Nah,
it's
man, y'all so stupid, man. Like, bro, like, do y'all even like women? Like, I got a question. like for real? Like, the dudes that say that, do y'all even like women? Like, for real? Because it makes sense. The Wachowskis, Lana Wachowski paid attention to their own continuity. Guess what Trinity could do before Neo? Jump across the building. Right? So if she's awakening and she has a different skill set, she's opening up faster, she's more intelligent to it. Hey, look, oh yeah, you didn't do no spoiler disclaimer. So yeah, spoilers alert. Now you got it.
Hey man, listen, hold on. Cause Dave, you ain't been on here, bro. You ain't been on here. Let me tell you. We got spoilers on the back of our car. You know what I'm saying? All my milk is spoiled. That's the way we do it here. If you don't want spoil, don't turn to this channel. Don't come over my house because I'm gonna tell you what's going on in the neighborhood.
I'm gonna tell it. But I mean, it's I'm gonna tell it. But yo, it's in continuity. It's in continuity. You got to think about it. Neo jumped inside of Smith, right? Smith changed. Smith got powers when he was reborn, right? Trinity was killed. Neo brought her back to life by inserting his hand into her code while they were still plugged into the Matrix. She was then subsequently killed. What is supposed to happen if she comes back? She's supposed to have powers.
She's supposed to be more powerful. But I want to add into that because this dude, Phil Baxter, man, sellout. You know what I'm saying? Sellout. But anyways, I respect your what you're saying down there, but guess what? Trinity was able to do more, and technically Neo was able to do more. I mean, this time he was blocking bullets like riding around on a motorcycle. The only thing that I didn't like about the Matrix this time, honestly, is the fight scenes. It was some fight scenes like that was the only thing I didn't like. I felt like they could have did better on the fight scenes. Other than that, I enjoyed the flashbacks to the other three movies. I enjoyed the storyline. I like what they had to, they was hitting you with it's gotta be her choice. And then I like how they brought the little girl that was in the train station that was what was his name?
Sanji.
Exile program. Boom. It brought her full circle. And then I kind of like how they teetered with the whole thing. What was Jada Pickett's position?
Oh man, I can't remember her name off the top, man.
And
Nairobi.
Yeah, Nairobi. And then I like how they teetered with the Morpheus new and the Morpheus old to bring that back in, because Morpheus was definitely a fan favorite. But this is what I want to say. And I had to tell this to one of my coworkers today because they asked me, did I watch Matrix? Did I enjoy it? I said, yeah, it was good. All right, but it wasn't as good as the first one. And the only reason why it wasn't good as the first one to me is because the first one really woke me up. It really had me paying attention to some things that was going on. But what I can say about this one is it was a nice ending for the Neo and Trinity storyline.
Right. And that's the thing. You got to also remember that too. We didn't get that in the Matrix Revelations or Revolutions or whatever. We didn't get that. We didn't get the nice story like Trinity died and Neo died. Like, that's not what I wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's not what I wanted. Like, that's not what those characters deserved. You know what I'm saying? To be just sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it was great to see them, you know what I'm saying, get that happy ending, so to speak.
And they said in the end part of the movie that, you know, the Matrix gave them the machines gave them a second chance. And they said that. And but the thing with the whole thing that I think rubbed a lot of people wrong was they, in the first 30 minutes or the first hour of it, they was doing a lot of fourth wall breaking. Like, they was calling mugs out on all these stuff. Like, you still sleep? Because if you sleep, something wrong.
But you know, that I expect that for media nowadays, because let's just be honest. I think half of the reason why people are mad right now when that kind of fourth wall breaks or they gotta sniff their own shit, so to speak, I think the only reason that they feel the way that they feel is because they weren't told about it, right? So now they're getting it all full bore, like they're getting both barrels, right? So now real life sucks, and now the movies that depict real life are depicting them honestly. And that sucks. You know what I mean? So I think that's why you're getting this backlash, because when people were woke back in 92, was it 92, 94, whatever Matrix came out or whatever originally,
99,
whatever. Like, it was whatever. It was back then, right? There was a 1 in the front of the year, okay, when this movie came out. So, you know, back then there was people that was woke back then too, right? But woke wasn't demonized back then.
Now
woke wasn't demonized back then.
Demonized.
Now you're demonized if you're woke. Now there's a such thing as woke culture. So yeah, you're gonna have those people that blow back, but whatever.
Yeah. So Mephisto has something to do with the Matrix. That's the problem. Mephisto.
That's the problem.
Problem.
That's the problem.
And this is the other thing. I want to say this to my man PB over here, that for the longest, fans have begged for this fourth Matrix movie. They have begged. They've been like the what's them dudes, the Snyder dudes. They've been out there hitting the Matrix coat. And then when you give them some, you complain about it. You complain about it. I ain't got nothing else to say on that, man. I'm done with it. I'm done.
Hey, if you want a better movie, go make one.
That's facts. That's facts. Or go back to 1999. Like,
right.
Go back to 1999. Anyways, now moving on to the next show. I actually seen excuse me, Spider-Way No Way Home.
Yeah.
Spider-Way No Way Home. And I'm gonna tell you something. It was okay.
Yeah.
Look. It was okay.
He said it was all right.
it was all right. There was some scenes in there that I love, but there was some takeaways that I felt like if you hate Matrix or if you dislike Matrix from being woke, then you would have to take the same look at Spider-Man and say those same things, because guess what? Instead of it being Uncle Ben, the man that said with great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility, however he said.
Yeah.
This was Aunt May. The other piece is rehabilitating criminals. You know what I'm saying? Only woke people trying to do that. Oh no, you can save them. You can still save them. It's like some of us don't catch the storylines, but you know. And then I knew Doctor Strange was right. I agree with Doctor Strange the whole movie. Like, send these mugs back. I don't even know why you even give a Spider-Man a chance. You know, like put Spider-Man in the cage and you go capture these mugs yourself, Strange. Like, come on now.
I mean, listen, man, like that it's a good show, but I think people had their expectations backwards, right? Their expectations were backwards. I guess they expected Spider-Man to be woke or in some way, but they didn't want it from the Matrix. Like
Right. But-
I don't know.
This why I would get with what they did with Spider-Man. They did one of the smartest things I say you could ever do with Spider-Man. Number one is, let me say this: Spider-Man is the number one superhero in the world.
Yeah.
Go Google it right now. Spider-Man outdoes Batman. He outdoes Superman. He outdoes Wonder Woman. Number one, the cult following is so big. There is technically nothing you could do wrong with Spider-Man. And what they did this time around is, right, you brought in Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, like fan favorites.
Yeah.
Along with I can't never remember his name, the new Spider-Man.
Tom Holland.
All right, and then you added in just a little bit, of Wong. You hit us with a little bit of Daredevil, but the killer was that Sinister Six. That Sinister Six, I'm gonna go from the bottom and then make my way to the top. Sandman, he's always a fan favorite of mine. Yeah. The way they brought Jamie Foxx in as Electro, that was tight. And then Doc Ock, he always played that role well. But the Goblin, the Goblin,
he is the Goblin for real.
The Goblin is a monster the whole time. Listen, I sent you an Midnight Assassin. Oh, well, hold on, y'all. If y'all notice, Midnight Assassin is not here tonight. Let's give a moment of silence for him. He is not feeling well.
Right.
All right. He went to the gym. He went a little bit too hard. Then he went to the club. He went a little bit too hard. Then he went to bed and he went a little bit too hard. So he will not be here tonight because he went a little bit too hard.
He got a pulled pinky toe, so
he got an eyelash in his eyelash.
Yeah.
All right.
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers go out to Midnight Assassin and his sprained pinky toe.
Oh God! But back to the Goblin. There was a part on the movie where the Goblin threw
Bro, he power bombed Spider-Man. yo, bro.
Through floors.
Yo, man, he didn't go through the table. He went through floors with this fool.
Oh, God.
My man hit him with the Zangief Super.
Man. Listen, when I seen that in the movie theater, I couldn't do nothing but that's the way you do it. And I guess the other part was when he had when Tom Holland, we knew the way they was telling the story, he was gonna do the Goblin. And he was at that point, kill my Aunt May. Y'all gonna have to stop me from killing this dude.
I'm doing it.
Right, and then Tobey Maguire jumped in the way, and then after that, while they was talking, man, he stabbed him in the back. Like, man, the Goblin just don't stop.
No. Hey, listen, man. Listen, bro. Like, that's the truest depiction of the Goblin ever. For real. That was, man. Because the Goblin, people act like Norman Osborn when he was the Goblin wasn't a sadistic, vicious, hateful man. And that's what you got in the Goblin in this movie. And I support it.
And again, in a Spider-Man film, we can only go so far into the darkness.
Yeah. Before
we start peeing people off, we start pissing them off because they can do a whole lot more with the Goblin. But if they get the Sinister Six, the real Sinister Six, with Carnage and Shriek and what's my man with the 6 arms?
Doppelganger? No, that was the Sinister Six after Maximum Carnage. Now that was a good incarnation, but if you get the original Sinister Six, the Vulture is a good addition. And I think, wasn't Hydro Man a part of this original Sinister Six?
I think so. I had to look that up.
Yeah. I'm a little rusty on my Spider-Man, but yeah, man, I think the original incarnation it was Doc Ock, Sandman, Hydro Man, Vulture, Electro, and Shocker.
Right.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. So we're at the 20-minute mark, so we're gonna go ahead and close it up on that. But before we close it up on the Spider-Man and Matrix part, I do want to say that this week, man, we got Cobra Kai coming out.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm on
we
that.
Got, the Book of Boba Fett coming out, and then in January we got Naomi, and Marvel gonna hold us. Marvel gonna hold us by the neck until is it March? March is
I think March is their next release.
Is what is that? Multiverse of Madness. I listen.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been hearing so much about Multiverse of Madness, man. But anyways, we're gonna go on ahead and feature the let me get to where is that? We're gonna go ahead and go feature the cosplay of the week, and then once we come back, we're gonna get into what the video is all about. Racist superheroes. All right, see y'all on the end of the video.
Cosplay of the week. Cosplay of the week. This week's winner is. And here are this week's picks.
Now, before you say anything,
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing.
The video will be out at 7:30 right after this video, the cosplay of the week. Please go and put your comments on there, and then we'll tally it up and I'll show it next week. I had the privilege of picking these this week by myself, and I gotta say, I don't know if y'all paid attention to the one at the end, Barrett. She got my vote because it's Barrett from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
The other vote was kind of be hard for me as the young man who did the Goku. And Velma. It's kind of this is just a good week. It was hard.
Yeah. I mean, Barrett was good. Barrett was that was a good cosplay. And so were the Akatsuki and Goku. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that was good.
Hold on. Hey, so we want to warm y'all up to the most racist superhero. So I'm gonna put it up here. For y'all. All right, and then we're gonna read some comments. Then we're gonna come right back to it. Right here. Most racist superheroes. Most racist. And listen, it can be superheroes. It can be supervillains. It can be just regular people in the comics. Whatever you want to bring, bring it up. Of course, we're gonna have ours, and then we'll go from there. But
throw them in the comments, man, because I want to see what y'all think about who's the most racist. I know who my pick is. I got mine. I know who mine is, but I want to know who y'all's is too, because there's a lot of them.
Big Girl, who you sheeshing on from the video? Who you
who you was sheeshing on? Barrett.
And then this PB Goku, and he must be old anime mug. Yeah, still love you though. And then my man Charles Hazelton III. Hey, I put your stuff in the mail today. I wanted to wait till after the Christmas holidays because I didn't want to get lost. So look for it around Saturday. All right. Okay. Who else? I was surprised that Rhino didn't appear in the movie, where he sort of did at the end of the movie. Yeah, right. But I don't want that mechanical Rhino. I want the real Rhino.
I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can pull that off because you'll have to do what you did with Juggernaut, and that was terrible.
Juggernaut and the Hulk.
Yeah, you either have to do what they did to Juggernaut in X3, which was horrible, or you have to CGI him in like they did with Juggernaut and the Hulk.
Like Thanos.
Yeah, and Thanos. And I don't know if that's the way to go. I don't know. Maybe it is better to keep it true to the comics. Maybe it's better to give it. Maybe it's better to give it better. I mean, they're using CGI anyway. Might as well just go.
Well, I say that because when you're dealing with a mechanical metal thing, if it ain't like Iron Man level or Stark technology or Black Panther with vibranium technology, I think they're gonna come up with something to dismantle it. I mean, they could do the same with a regular person, but the Rhino in the comics wasn't no joke. I would like to see Rhino in the comic and Rhino come to the MCU and definitely Crush the Krill Absorption Man. I want to see how they would play
that would be
out.
nice.
Right.
Well, they already did that. They already did the Crusher Krill Absorbing Man.
No, that wasn't him in Hulk.
It was. That was his
same
powers.
No, it got to be
powers.
It got to be Crusher Krill,
man. They're not going to do it. They already used the Absorbing Man's powers already, and that's who that villain was supposed to be. Because Hulk has never fought his father, and Marvel.
I need Midnight Assassin him, man.
That's just what it is.
Tell this dude that ain't no Crusher Krill. Anyways,
it's not Crusher Krill, but it's damn sure Absorbing Man.
Well, I give you that. All right. So let's get into it. Let me put it up here one more time. Most racist superhero. Racist superhero. So, you want to go first? What was your first pick? We did pick, so we're gonna do 3, and then whatever y'all got in the comments, we're gonna talk about it.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw no particular order, but I think this one needs to be maybe listed at number 1. Captain America.
That guy in the middle, right? This guy in the middle.
Oh, Stars and Bangle himself. Stars and Bangle himself.
Why he racist, dog? Because I don't think the Captain America. You know what I'm saying? If Captain America is racist, then I don't know. Look,
yes, your symbol of racism has been noted, sir.
I got some cologne. I got some cologne for Christmas. Some Captain America cologne.
Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you like this: Captain America is easily, in my eyes, one of the most racist. One, he's supposed to fight for freedom and liberty. This man was around in the Jim Crow era and did nothing. He did nothing. He had his powers. And he went overseas before he said, hey, maybe y'all should also help black people out. He did nothing.
Nothing.
He did nothing. That's why they made it a point to connect him and Steve, Nick Fury in the MCU. You see how they made him say, oh, my dad told me, oh, you're Sergeant Fury's boy? Yep, same one. That's why they made sure to connect them, because in today's society, you ain't gonna be able to explain away how the hell this man had superpowers and didn't help black people at all. And he was supposed to be the shining beacon of what America was supposed to be. Racist.
Well, if that's the case, then we definitely got to add in Superman being racist.
Yeah.
Who else? Well, we definitely know Red Skull was racist because he didn't like.
Oh yeah, he works for the Nazis. Yes, definitely.
He was wrote racist.
Yes, he was wrote as a racist. And somehow Captain America still outshined him in that aspect.
Right. And then I didn't pull it. But they had when I was doing some homework on it, they had a couple things when Captain America was fighting the Viet Cong in the comic books. You know, he was making a couple racist slurs against Asian people in the 1970s.
Hey, listen, if you don't believe Captain America is racist, go read some of his comic books. They got reprints. And
not none of this new stuff. This old
Silver Age. Go read Silver Age Cap, and you'll throw up in your mouth a little bit.
Right.
Oh, wait. Superman did fight the KKK.
Yeah, Black Panther did too. But let's talk about Superman fighting the KKK. Let's talk about Superman fighting the KKK. Because on one hand, the KKK in Superman eyes, yeah, they was a terrorist organization. But then on another hand, I think when I was doing my homework on my man Muhammad X, all right, how Superman back in the Silver Age, we hardly ever seen him do anything in the hood. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
just
no, he
blew past
didn't.
the hood. It was a whole lot going on in the hood, but we never
But
got
he
into
also
no
not from here though. But he not from here though, so he can't be racist.
shit. Not from here. He can be
asshole.
But listen, he not from here, but he came here. When he got here, he took on, he had that form, right? That let him lead a life of privilege. Because guess what? We have another superhero that was on the other end, which is Icon, just as strong as him, that experienced that racism.
And did nothing for black people, also racist.
But all because, and that's what we're gonna come down to, how the comics was written, which we'll talk about the comic code in a minute. So we got Captain America, we got Superman, and then I found one that was interesting, which was this guy here, the Brown Bomber, y'all. I was about to do a video on him. All right, and he originates as a candidate from DC Comics. First headliner black superhero was the Brown Bomber, which move this comment out of the way. Get out of the way, Nick. Brown Bomber was a white racist who turned into a black hero under stress. Come on now, DC. That's what, and this is what they want us to forget. This is what they want us to forget.
Yep, they want you to forget that they did that. They want you to forget that they turned a KKK member into a soul brother under stress.
And so look, and in the storyline, when he was saving, when he was the black man, right? When he was the black man, when he saved somebody of opposite color, it was blurry to him. He couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's just like, so he realized that he saved a black person. All right. He called them racial slurs and all that. I was like, God.
Oh man. I mean, but yo, you know what? In for what it attempted to do, I understand, but it was just racist. It was just like no one asked for that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like no one asked you to actually draw a white guy turn into a black guy and then still be a racist white guy on the inside. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't ask for that. So that's terrible. Brown Bomber was the worst idea they ever had.
You know what? Because you gave me 3, but you gave me another one. Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
Hit on Fu Manchu and what his storyline from?
Yo, Fu Man. Well, he should have been in the Shang-Chi movie. Because I mean, Fu Man was some of the he was every bad Asian stereotype. Like even the way they drew him with like pencil thin slanted eyes, bright like highlighter yellow skin. Because that's at the time that was the good that was the going slur for they were yellow. You know what I'm saying? They were yellow. We were black, they were yellow. And so like that was, so he was highlighter yellow. He had the long fingernails, looked like he was fresh out the opium den. You know what I'm saying? And he had all of that trope. Even his lair looked like an opium den. You know what I'm saying? And it was the big flared, like overly oversized kimonos and all of this stuff. Like, you know how you see in the old Kung Fu movies and everything like that? Yeah, there you go. There you go, right there. That is what Americans, and I think that's some of his later drawings. I don't think that's his first appearance drawing either, because his first appearance was way shittier than that. That was like, that was later on. It was still the same outfit, but they added detail. But like the first one looks terrible. It's terrible. Like, and it was like every racist trope. Even he talked like, oh, get it. Oh, you're gonna get your son. Like, it was just crazy. Like, and they wrote this out in his bubbles. They wrote it as if he had this messed up Asian ally. Yeah, it was just terrible.
Right. He went, so he told me this story yesterday. I'm like, man, we gotta feature this. We gotta feature this. And what's crazy is they didn't feature him in the Shang-Chi movie, period.
Because they couldn't, man. You can't put that character in today's movies.
In which he's a prominent part of Shang-Chi's story. He's been there the whole time. Like, when you think Shang-Chi, you think Fu Manchu. Yep. If you follow Shang-Chi.
Yeah. If you read his series and everything like that, when it, either when it first came out or some of the reprints, he was an integral portion of that man's story.
All right, let's go to the comment line, and PB One Wonder Woman just recently had some black Amazons, but they still ain't got no black friends. Good point. Good point.
Good point. That's a valid point.
Blue Marvel didn't do anything for black people during the Jim Crow. Now, Blue Marvel was still asleep. He wasn't woke yet. Yeah.
Blue Marvel was Uncle Tom.
Oh, God.
He worked for the government. And only
he didn't.
Yeah, he did. Because only Uncle Tom would cover his face and save white people over and over and over again. Because like me, I want other people to see black people doing good things. You know what I'm saying? And if he had that mindset, he knew that none of them people could have stopped him. He was the strongest thing smoking. Century hadn't made his appearance yet. So Blue Marvel in his time frame was the strongest thing smoking. He knew nobody couldn't see him.
No, but
he covered his face willingly.
Racist. He was brainwashed, man.
Uncle
I
Tom.
gotta give him the benefit of the doubt. He's brainwashed, man. Hold on. Let's see what Charles
and he accepted it. And he accepted it. The strongest man on the planet accepted it.
Blue Marvel tried, but once folks found out he was black, the government shut him down.
Racist.
Definitely racist. That whole storyline was racist.
But why did he let him? I'd have punched President through the wall and said, which one of y'all still have a problem?
like justice, like injustice.
Yeah, like who still has a problem? Right. Blue Marvel went into hiding because the racist told him to.
Man, Blue Marvel was written by
white people.
Okay. So we don't know if it was an actual Blue Marvel. And I kind of hate that Midnight Assassin was too weak to be here. But I agree with him on his thing.
Hey, listen, man. Pinky toes matter too, man. This man strained his third. I think he said it was his third tri-knuckle or something like that.
Look, I hope I don't miss a show because I know y'all gonna talk straight trash about him up. Yeah.
And you gotta take it. Like if you it's just like if you show up on time, can't nobody say nothing to you. But if you late or you miss a show, whatever they say, you just gotta take it. Because you earned that. You're not there to defend yourself. So
you know what I'm saying? Anyways, what was I finna say? Man, yeah, I can't disagree with y'all on the Blue Marvel.
Yeah, Blue Marvel.
Look who was written by.
He has it there were some racist tropes, but he was more of an Uncle Tom to me, man. Like they wrote him like an Uncle Tom. Like he could only do good if the white man told him it was okay. So I didn't like that. Like that. I know what they were trying to show, that he was the bigger person and he was only going to use his powers if he was going to be accepted for who he was. And I understand that that's where they were going with it. But what I got from it was this strong ass black dude still acquiesced to white power. So you should too. And that's what a lot of people are going to get from that book. And it'll keep them from reading that book.
Right. Blue Marvel needed to watch The Matrix so he can be woke, the book up, and understand he is Neo and Trinity. Anyways, moving on. All right, moving on. All right,
can we continue? Let's continue.
This storyline right here. When Lois Lane asked Superman to make her into a black woman so she can get the black experience, so she can write a story on the black experience. My question is for Lois Lane, why you just didn't talk to us black people?
Show the cover again, man, for the people that don't have quick eyes.
This is Superman with a machine in the Fortress of Solitude that made Lois Lane into a black woman. Now she was sexy right here, boy. Here's her sister, boy. And here go another one. As they was transforming her into a black woman. Nick Greer, you didn't know that, did you, Nick Greer? You didn't know that, did you, Nick Greer?
Yeah, I mean, that's easily one of the most overtly racist things. Like, you couldn't print that comic today. That's like metaphysical blackface.
I think that comic would get printed and 70 million people would buy it.
Wait, yeah, you know what?
We know about 30 million would buy it. Oh, hold on. Why you thinking on that? There was an issue of Punisher turned into a black person. Thanks, Nick. I gotta find that one.
Yo, I gotta find that because but see, that don't make no sense because if Punisher was black, Punisher would have been off the streets like second issue. Like black dude running around the streets with a gun. Oh, he getting stopped immediately.
Oh, no. He's been off the street in the first 3 pages of the first issue.
Like, come on, man. He'd have hopped out the car. There would have been police waiting on his black ass.
Not police. Iron Man would have showed up. Batman would have came into the Marvel universe. Superman would have flew over. Wonder Woman would have came over that mud. You know what I'm saying? Thanos would have came off planet. What the hell? Even look, the time variance would have came down. Like the TVA would have came down. Hold on, it's a variance. Something wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm
trying to tell you, man. There are certain things that can't exist in the world, and a black Punisher is one of them.
Right, hey PB, listen. We know if Batman was black, the police would have they wouldn't have just shot him. They would have beat him down and then shot him. They would have dog piled him.
Listen, you can't even you don't even have to say that because the only reason Batman has an open mask is so that he can make sure the police knows he's white.
Exactly. Because if he was black, they'd have sent the TVA in saying, "This is a goddamn man. Get him off to stop this right now." All right.
That's it. I mean, it's for real. I mean, look at it. Like we was talking last night, right? Because I think I'm gonna throw mine out there. My next racist person is gonna be Graydon Creed.
Hold on. We gotta give him a picture.
Yeah.
So Graydon Creed is the guy on the far left. Right.
Well, my left, maybe some other people's rights.
He's the
guy in the black suit with his shoulders facing towards you on the side of Captain America's shield. There you go. In case you don't know, that's Graydon Creed.
Got it. Go ahead and break it down for him. I'm gonna be eating my food, man.
Graydon Creed is the son of Victor Creed, Sabretooth, who's a mutant, and this fool started the Friends of Humanity mutant hating organization. If that is not the most racist as you can be, because I mean, it's no secret that Stan Lee legitimately wrote in the X-Men comic as a social commentary on the civil rights movement. He's openly stated such. It's written in articles. This is facts. This is not something that you even have to question. He openly states Professor X is more of a Martin Luther King, and Magneto is the depiction of Magneto. Notice how every character depicted in the X-Men early run is white. Right? But it was supposed to be a social commentary on how black people were being treated. Every human in X-Men was racist because they didn't like mutants.
Right.
Blacks, whites, everything, right? So Stan Lee was trying to show that, like, what if your whole world was against you? And that's why he made the characters white and everything, because now they're white, but they just don't look like other white people. So you get that kind of thing. It wasn't until Jim Lee's run on the X-Men that they even brought ethnicity in there. And then that was a concerted effort because they wanted to evolve the story beyond just the social commentary. But Graydon Creed, most racist person in all of Marvel Comics, hands down, including Henry Gyrick, including everybody that he worked with, he by far not only was he beaten, but then I think he came back and he made a group called the Purifiers that openly hunted and killed mutants.
Mutant KKK.
The Mutant KKK. So he's He's the bee's knees when it comes to open racism.
Now,
Cap gets number one for his microaggressions.
right. And so I'm a follow up on X-Men stuff. I'm gonna use a Kitty Pryde thing. All right. And I'm put up on the screen. If y'all can see the bottom here, it was a black guy, and black guy was hating on mutants, and he called Kitty Pryde a mutie, and then she came back and said, "Aren't you a N-word?" Like that.
Yep.
I don't know. You know, some people saying, "Was she racist?" I felt like she was justified in saying what she was saying. Like, if you hating on me, you know what I'm saying? You should understand what's going on in my life because you're in the same boat that I am. But the way she responded, some people are like, "Oh, that's too dramatic." And I'm like, well, sometimes it takes dramatic. And Kitty Pryde was one of them types because she was a Wolverine type brat.
I mean, she fashioned herself. She wasn't nearly as tough as Wolvie, but she definitely fashioned herself of a fiery spirit. But my thing is honest to goodness, like that. Her response to me is the same way that, you know what I'm saying, like a black person would respond if a white dude was openly saying something messed up like that, like, you know, "Oh, you stupid." And you know, I know black dudes that'd be like, "Cracker, who you talking to?" You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I know that to be, you know, how they'll respond. So, you know, I take it that way. Like, this is, you wonder why people respond this way. You can't, to me, I read that and I say, you can't get mad at the response when you're the person instigating. You can't get mad at the person that's responding. They're reacting to you.
Right. And that right there was a true imitation of life, just put in a comic book format. All right, let's go to the comments real fast. PB, every human in the X-Men was racist.
Yep.
Not every human. You know?
Name one that wasn't. Don't worry, I'll wait. Oh, Moira McTaggart, who later became a mutant. So I'm gonna take her. I'm gonna put her on the board and then take her off because she later was revealed as a mutant.
I'm gonna have to pull out a comic book, man. I don't everybody want racist. Anyways, everybody's a mutant. All right.
Everybody that was not a mutant was racist.
Whatever. We gonna come back and I'm gonna do some homework coming to the next episode. Isn't Red Skull racist? Hell to the motherfucker.
Oh yeah, we established that early on.
Yeah, he was born. He was born racist. He hated everybody who wasn't him.
That's super Hitler right there.
Vision and What If, because he fed Black Panther to zombie.
Hey, real quick, can we just get a round of applause for that comment? Hold on.
Oh God.
Right. That wins. That comment wins, man. That's racist.
Right. I couldn't see past that.
That's hilarious.
Trash. Marvel. Yep. Trash counts. Definitely. All the way through. In fact, he was second to Great Creed.
Yeah.
He was
it was Great and Creed, Boulevard Trask, and then they worked with Henry Gyrick to do the the Sentinel program. Yeah. But Great and Creed was like heading that up. He was head racist in charge around them parts.
And then what was funny about the X-Men is, right, even though they was hating on the storyline, you had some mugs that was worse than the X-Men that they hated on, such as the Morlocks. Like, we got even more worse.
Yeah, they was the broke black people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like you had regular black people, which was normal mutants that could pass and be inside society. And then the Morlocks was like the representation of, you know, what everyone thinks, happens in Chicago.
Right.
Like it's just poverty and violence, you know. And I mean, listen, the X-Men, if you want a very subtle read on what a bunch of artists think of the social commentary on what's going on between the black community and the government that's governing them, read the X-Men. I mean, and just read it from that knowledge point, not that lens, as a lot of people want to say. Read it from the knowledge point of which it was written. It was written to be a social commentary. Now go back and read X-Men and tell me.
Which leads into the next character, most recently that we've seen on Amazon, which is Stormfront.
Oh yeah,
right here, and they wrote her in, to be racist, and I thought that was kind of smart. And I haven't really seen anything on the World Wide Web about that being too woke, because I feel like America understands that we have Stormfronts all over.
No, I don't.
And they agree with it. Even the Stormfronts agree with it.
I don't know if they agree with it, but I think they accept it. Because, I mean, look at the depiction you just showed, right? You just showed a racist superhero, openly racist, government-sanctioned superhero. But the fact that there was, and it's a woman, that's not woke. That's what they dream of. That, you know what I mean? That was the next step. I mean, you already had what was old boy's name that just the captain of the squad. You know what I'm talking about? Homelander. Yeah, you already had Homelander, who was like had the worst form of narcissism that you could ever see, to the point where he would like have sex with the woman he thought was his mama. Like, it's gross. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you had that, and then where do you go from that? You go to a very stark racist that was sanctioned by the government and then put in housing because she lynched a black dude. Like, that's every white supremacist's dream.
Captain Nazi.
They did because they had to get into the fight with Marvel during the World War II shit.
Okay. Hey, Nick Grill, I know you're gonna try to get a video on this first, but let me get in there first, man. I have video out by Saturday. But we can do a shared thing, not most racist superheroes. I don't know what really to name it without the algorithm getting on me, because just real fast, we also stream to Facebook, and when I put up the scheduled post, Facebook was kind of blocking my stuff. Like, I couldn't see the post, but Dave could. You know what I'm saying? He's seen it. He was like, oh, but I couldn't see it. And so I had to go change it to most XXX characters, and then actually keep the picture up. So I don't know what to name it. Didn't she? Hold on. Let's go.
No, I don't think she killed A-Train. Did she kill A-Train? I don't think she killed A-Train. Facebook is the most racist supervillain of all. Yes.
Oh my God.
That is awesome.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I thought A-Train was still alive at the end of season 2.
I thought he was too. But we can look it up.
I could be wrong though.
Oh, there we go. Charles Heston.
Appreciate you. Yeah. I didn't think she killed him, because I know they whooped her tail in that open field though. Yeah. But she's definitely one of the most racist. And then I think my last pick is Lex Luthor.
Hold on. We don't really need no picture for Lex. Y'all don't know who Lex Luthor is.
Just bald-headed white dude. Lex Luthor has the most generic build I've ever seen outside of Professor X. To me, they're the same character. You could literally take the artwork from Lex Luthor at any point in his DC continuity, stick him in a Professor X's wheelchair, and you would not be able to tell the characters apart.
Facts.
You just wouldn't. So to me, that's kind of a generic design. If you're going to do bald white guy, that was kind of a generic, you didn't give him anything. And then you gave him hair and took it back. I thought that was kind of fucked up. But
he always reminded me of Daddy Warbucks from Andy.
Yeah. But Yeah, I mean, I think Lex Luthor, the only reason I think Lex Luthor is the most racist is because he hates one specific alien in particular, simply because that particular alien is far superior to him. And he knows it and he can see it. And he feels he is the definition of racism. If you think about it, right? It's that silly belief that you are somehow superior, even though there's no evidence to support that, right? And so he hates Superman, who lived his life as a normal human until he was needed. And for some reason, he hates that this person with this immense power is helping simply because he feels as though he should be dominant. And he didn't even get that way until Superman was out, because Lex and Clark Kent were friends at one point.
Well, I'm with Lex Luthor. I hate Superman too. Because you fanboys think he can blow rainbows out of his fingers and stuff.
Yes. Because if you look at how racist Lex is against aliens, it's a social commentary on the fact that we only got one type of aliens here.
Okay. Well, with that being said, right, ladies and gentlemen, put in the comments on the video if y'all think of some more racist superheroes. Put them down there. I'm gonna try to do a video by Saturday or Sunday, categorizing the different ones y'all put in there. Do a short bio on most racist superheroes. Maybe do a part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, whatever we come up with. You know, but I think we got enough to do a separate video. So put in the comments after this. And before we get ready to close it out, hold on, General Zod. But Lex teamed up with General Zod and the whole crew. Yeah, because Lex is a true villain. He don't care who he team up with to achieve his goal.
Joe Biden was the vice president of Barack Obama and also authored the 1994 crime bill that incarcerated millions upon millions of Black African males by ensuring that he tripled the amount of time that was given for crack versus what was given for cocaine, which was way widely used. Just because you befriend someone that you claim not to like doesn't excuse or erase your racism.
Right. Even Hillary Clinton, super predator.
And then got on TV, said, I carry hot sauce in my bag.
Exactly.
You ain't ever seasoned any chicken in your life.
All right. So before we go, we need to go to commercial break. And then Dave, tell them, well, once we go to commercial break, that'll be your cue. Hold on. We're going to commercial break.
The progress is healing the wound that the blow made. And they haven't even begun to pull a knife out, much less try and heal the wound. You have.
So Dave, tell them where you're gonna be at tomorrow, man. What we doing?
Yo, listen, tomorrow we're done for the holiday season. We're taking a little bit of break. You know, we're gonna let people enjoy. Oh yeah, man. You know, like I said, I caught that holiday spirit, and I don't want nothing to take it away. That's why I was so happy to get on this show, because I knew I could have fun talking about racism that you find in the world. And on my show, sometimes it's not always fun, you know what I mean? So for the holiday season, we canceled out. We'll be back January 13th. We're going to come out strong. We're going to come out swinging. That episode will be entitled If I Was President. So you're going to get my thoughts and what my policies would have been, or my platform that I would run on when we return from the holiday break. Since we'll slowly be entering into the next election cycle at that time. So Wednesdays here on YouTube, 7 p.m., Facebook, 7 p.m. Come join us in all seriousness.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close it out because my man Midnight Assassin is not here. Let's give a moment of silence for him, and hopefully he gets back on his feet and he'll be seen next week. I want to thank everybody for coming out and chilling with us. And it's always a pleasure to have Mr. Dave Wesley and all his knowledge and thoughts come on the show. Hopefully we see you back next week. And with that being said, yo, Charles Hazleton III, Bring that outro.
Of the path of God's word. Dressed in all black like T'Challa. If you want static, I'm like sinking Dr. Voodoo, combining genetic magic.